What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about side hilling in the ruts. Let's do this. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Next Level YouTube channel. We are excited. We're back out on snow. It's a beautiful day. You guys, lots of questions, lots of comments about, we've been doing really well with our how-to videos. The common mistakes video was definitely a hit, and I'm really happy that it was, and we've got a lot of feedback from that. And one of them was, hey, will you do a video explaining how to ride the ruts? So we all know that when we are out there riding and we're in that open POW, we get that really good dump of snow. Riding through some of that stuff, when we're doing it and it's easy, well, we can stay in the neutral position. There's not a whole lot of worry about, running into those ruts. But let's imagine for a second that we're riding in a spot where that's our only way into an area or away from an area, and we've got to ride the ruts. So from the video, you guys are seeing me coming up and I'm entering into this terrain where there's a fair amount of old ruts. There's some new snow over the top of it, but I'm going through those ruts. I will get opposite foot forward, so I'll get to the upper high side of the snowmobile. From videos in the past, guys, you remember, I get opposite foot forward. My foot that's on the running board is about a 40 degree. I don't want to run parallel to the running board. I'm up there. I am keeping my shoulders and my hips in the direction that I want to go. So I get up onto that steep side hill. My shoulders and hips are leading me, just like that downhill skier. I am letting those hips and shoulders go with me with the direction of the snowmobile. I'm not twisting into the gas tank or away from the tank or away from the snowmobile. My finger is on the brake, and I'm actually approaching and going through these ruts a lot slower than you might expect. Well, if I am unsure of what I'm riding on, whether it's going to be a really hard rut or something that inside or that uphill ski can go through easily, I'm going to go through there with a bit of caution. The way I do that is I am blipping the throttle. I'm continuing to set the sled to that uphill side. I'm using that foot that is not on the running board as a crutch, as a helping hand, so that I can work my way across those areas. And then when it does free up and I'm not riding through the ruts, I can afford to give that sled a bit more momentum and continue my side hill. But while I'm in those ruts, I will step through those ruts, and notice what's happening. I'm on the brake, I'm giving it gas, and as I give it gas, I am stepping forward, and I'm putting that foot that is not on the sled out in front of me. I'm doing that because every time I do that, I'm anticipating the sled's movement. In other words, as the sled moves forward, so do I. And in my classes, guys, I would refer to the snowmobile as this 500-pound skateboard that I'm more or less just pushing along. So I'm just skateboarding along, and I'm getting through those tight, maybe technical areas where there are a lot of ruts. And then when I do get that open space, I can afford to let that foot come up off the snow a bit more, give that sled a bit more momentum, rely less on the brake, and get myself across and out of those areas. What's really fun and a great practice, and something that you can do by yourself, is side hill across an open slope. As you can see here, I'm side hilling across, I'm right side, so I'm in that opposite foot forward position. My shoulders and hips are square. They are leading me in the direction I'm going, but I'm in that deeper snow. When we don't have snow that's cluttered with ruts and there's obstacles and things in the way, you can relax a bit more. You still got to maintain your position, but it is a lot easier. And when you're in that deeper snow, relatively no movement happening as we're just guiding ourselves and kind of gliding along the surface of the snow there. All right, so if you are side hilling along and you're in this open snow, you see this, you see something in front of you. You see an old track. You see something that you can anticipate. Now that you're an anticipated rider, you can anticipate the sled doing something funky, like it's going to move on you. From there, guys, instead of trying to rescue that situation by using a bunch of power, I would err on the side of caution. I would be ready to use that brake when I need to be. I would really get that foot that's not on the sled ready to step down. If I do get hit and I hit something hard with that inside ski, I am prepared for it. So the moment that something like that happens, I am already in the position to recover and get myself back into that position as I side hill through those ruts. So a lot of times if we're riding along and we do see a rut, and we're always like, man, it would be so much easier if we were always in the lead. Everybody's always like, Dan, again, you're always in the lead. There's no ruts in front of you. You guys, I love riding the ruts, and I'll show you the advantage. So the advantage, as you see here, I can take that ski, all right, that normally we're just cutting through the fresh snow. I'm gonna take that ski, guys, and I'm gonna put it right in the track of that existing rut. I do that because that is immediately helping me get that snowmobile on edge. Remember that holding the snowmobile on edge in a side hill is ultra important. I do that by continuing with my counter steer. As I counter steer on a hillside, guys, let's remember, as my ski loops face away from the mountain, I'm in a counter steered position, and that sled is actually going to come up and hold the hillside. If I get lazy or I allow that ski loop to go into the mountain, I am telling my snowmobile to lay flat. And in certain situations, whether you're riding the rut or even in fresh snow, we let that ski turn into the hill and the sled lays flat. We all know what happens next. The sled will lay flat. If you're not ready for that, that can cause a potential rollover. In closing, everybody, I just want you to remember that, when you're going across an open slope, can you be in the neutral position? The answer is yeah, you certainly can. The difference being is that when I'm in the neutral position, especially if I'm going through, I would say, complex terrain, there is a lot of ruts. There's some bomb holes in there where somebody's been stuck and they're right in front of you. It's had a chance to freeze overnight, and some of that stuff can be really rock hard and surprise the heck out of you while you're riding. When you go through in the neutral position, remember that the reason that we can hold those positions is greatly due not just to our positioning, taking that center of mass to the uphill side of the sled, but it's really based on momentum. If I'm going fast, just like when we were little and we're pedaling the bike slow, we're really relying on a lot of balance. Well, if I pedal the bike, I've got balance, right? The moment that I have momentum on a snowmobile, I've got that balance. When I am neutral, going across the side hill, I'm picking up a lot of speed to keep me up there. Trying to go through complex, rough, tracked out terrain in the neutral position can sometimes work, but more often than not, it ends up bucking riders and sending them down the hill, or you're just stuck right there in the side hill. Hopping from that neutral position to opposite foot forward would be a way better position to be in. You guys, I appreciate your comments, your subscriptions, all of that. Remember, this is a channel that is all about you guys. I am loving the fact that you guys are continually giving us ideas for this channel. Let's keep it up, and we'll see you next time.